What's up, everybody? Back again here at Calaveras Lake. As you can see, that steam on the water. It was cold when I got to the lake this morning. It was 32 degrees, and I had to get there early to catch the bait because you got about 30 minutes to get the bait before it gets light. You know, once it gets light, if you're on the bank in the winter, it's hard to get bait. So you got to get it at nighttime, or you got to get to the lake and get it before it gets light. Because if you don't, you're not going to have bait unless you have it frozen. That's what I was using today. Bluegill I caught and some carp that I had frozen in the freezer for about 4 or 5 months. And, you know, carp, it'll freeze good in the freezer forever. As you can see this morning, there is no wind at all. That's nothing to me. It's no wind. So I got lucky to get this one at about 10 o'clock. Which I seen on the weather. I seen the weather app. It said about 10 o'clock the wind started picking up out the south at about 10 to 15. And once it did, 3 minutes after the wind started blowing, the fish started biting. I mean, it was pretty much instant. Like I say 100 times, the wind is your friend. If you're catfishing, the wind is your friend. I can't say it enough. So I ended up with catching 8 on camera, and I caught 15 total. And as you'll see, the setup I was using today is one of the key things I was using was these circle hooks, because you'll see me run into the rods, and when I run to them, I pick them up, you'll see me reeling forever before I get pressure on the fish, just because I had to push play on the phone and then run to the rod. But using the circle hooks, you know, the fish, they hook themselves. So you'll see me, you don't have to snatch. You just pick it up, reel, and the fish is hooked with the circle hooks. If you don't have the discipline to not snatch, do not use circle hooks. You can use those cow hooks. You can snatch, or you can just reel with those hooks. They work pretty good. And you can see the birds in the background picking up little shad off the top of the water. As the first blue of the day, pretty fish. All the blues in Calaveras Lake are just fat and pretty. Calaveras Lake doesn't have monster blues though. I think the lake record is like 36 pounds. So if you get a 20-pound catfish at Calaveras, that's like a trophy, you know, because they don't have monster blues in it. A lot of good size ones though. Good eater size. And sorry about my clothes. When I'm fishing, I don't try to keep pretty. I get muddy, nasty, dirty, everything. So and you can see what I was talking about right there. I ran to the rod, just pick it up, reel, just give it a little tug. You know, didn't have to do no crazy, you know, snatch. You see people when they be fishing. They be snatching like they shark fishing. Circle hooks, you just pretty much reel. But if you're using bait casters and you're using circle hooks, the thing is, people like to use those clickers. If you set your clicker light and using circle hooks, you're gonna miss a lot of fish. You gotta set the clickers to about medium, or your drag. If you're using the spinning reel, you want to set it to about medium, so the fish can peel the drag, and you can hear your reel going off, but also that it's strong enough to the circle hook to hook the fish. So using circle hooks, don't have a loose drag when you're rising the rod holder. And it takes me a while to really fish in. Like I said, these fish today they're about 130 yards out. I was having to sling the rods way out to catch them, so it takes me a while to reel them in. And I was using the Cast King reels today, 17-pound trawling line. And then I was using a shock leader, 50-pound, 12-foot rod. Bass Pro Shops breakwater rods. And that setup right there, it's $160 setup, which is, it's pretty cheap. It's a pretty cheap setup. It's a standard setup if you want to get into being able to cast your baits way out there. And I'll make a video separate on how to tune your reels up and how to tie your lines together to get your baits out way farther. So yeah, the rest of the video is just pretty much me catching some fish and having a good time. So I hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe, and thanks. Nice blue. Number 8. I missed about 3 on cameras. I see the conditions I'm fishing. South wind, real windy. When I got here this morning, it was no wind. I caught one fish. And the minute the wind picked up, fish start biting. Like I said, wind is your friend. The stronger the wind is, the better catfishing is going to be. Especially in the spring when you're fishing shallow. You want it 20 knots, 30 knots. Good wind, fishing has been good. A nice blue, pretty fish. Nice cat. Nice one.